We were in Estonia, and we went through Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania, and ended up in Paris. How did we get here, guys?
A plane.
A car.
That is true. You know what the coolest part about that plane ride was? The airfield covered in surface-to-air missiles.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was cool.
That was a great sight to see when you're leaving. About to take off.
Somebody's coming in. Yeah, we were leaving Lithuania, flying out, and we were going like the airplane's taking off, and we all like look out the window. I saw other people looking out the window, so I look out the window, and yeah, it's just air defense missiles all along the runway, and I was like, that's very scary. Not something you normally see. You'll see them on like buildings and stuff, and in like downtown areas, at least in the U.S. and stuff.
Really?
Do you know what makes me really, really sad?
Not common, but or I don't know. Maybe I've just seen pictures of that. You'll see snipers and stuff up in DC.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But that's only like during big things.
I've never gone to an airport and had surface-to-air missiles along the runway.
Yes, that's one.
And it was alarming because I was like, obviously they're waiting for something. But no, we actually know the reason.
Yeah, they're supposed to have like a. They're supposed to have a big meeting in
It's the UN summit.
Vilnius.
That city you loved.
I really did like it. It was actually really cool. Very DayZ-esque.
Yeah.
Do you know what makes me sad? Is that this is our last podcast together before the team breaks up, and we're not doing our classic end of trip S to F tier list with testing drinks.
We're not. I got drinks right here.
How many?
I got cocaine.
What?
Somebody on the street was just like, do you want some stuff? And I said, yeah, I'll have
All
to.
right. This is going to be the best podcast ever.
S to F tier list of cocaine.
Guess what? It's all S.
Unless it is mixed with Fentanyl.
No, Estonia and Vilnius, that was the place we were in?
No.
Estonia
was
is
Tallinn, mate.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So we started off in Estonia.
Yeah.
We went to the highest peak.
Caught up with some people.
Caught up with some people.
You got it really wrong, but
Okay. We started off in Estonia.
Caught up with some
We
we
caught
went
up
to
with some
Old
people.
Town and went to that German bar restaurant.
Oh yeah.
Had a great soup there. It was a soup in a bread bowl.
Yeah,
bowl was made out of bread.
I was very jealous of that.
How wild's that?
It was wild.
You could eat the bowl.
When I read my menu and it said like chorizo sausages with potatoes and salad and like a whole bunch of stuff, I was like, this is going to be a massive meal.
That sucked. It was just 4 sausages.
No, it
on
wasn't.
a
No, it was
plate.
2 sausages. Very small. It was like a little tea plate on a big plate of food. I was like, oh no, that's just sad.
Yeah.
So anyway.
We picked up some Estonian snacks.
Yeah, we did with Joe.
Yeah.
Joe bought us some snacks.
We barely ate any of them.
We did. We ate that breakfast thing in the morning.
Yeah.
We watched Jurassic Park 1.
Oh,
And
we
2.
did.
Oh, that was the best. I'm just remembering that now.
Shout out to Mr. Gibbons.
Yeah, shout out to Mr.
Shout out to
Gibbons.
Mr. Gibbon.
That was great. I had not seen Jurassic Park in like 20 years.
And how good was it?
It was actually
It
great.
held up well.
Yeah.
It really did.
And how much did the second one fail?
Really bad.
Yeah, we watched the second one the second night, and that was just a pain in the ass.
It was.
I slept through both of them.
You did. Jeff Goldblum still holds up really well.
He really does.
He always does. But that second film was just like, they tried too hard. But no, that first film, great. I'm glad we watched it.
I'm glad we watched
Yeah,
it.
I'm really disappointed we never watched Independence Day together.
That made me sad as well because we literally were there on Independence Day and we should have watched it.
Yeah.
Okay, if we had another movie night and you got to pick the movie, everyone, what movie would you guys pick?
Independence Day.
Independence Day.
The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou.
Oh wow, some of Bill Murray's best work.
Absolutely.
You know what movie I loved initially and now I feel like it's completely overrated?
What?
Zombieland.
Yeah.
I don't know why I just thought about that.
Do you know what I thought would be overrated after all these years, but still holds up really well?
Jurassic Park.
No, The Fifth Element.
Oh, I saw that probably 5 years ago. It was still good.
Big bada boom.
Big bad album. Still one of the best films out there.
Yeah.
And I have and you think it would be for Mila Djokovic? It's not. It's for Bruce Willis. I have a hard on for.
That's Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman? He's not in it.
Yeah.
You're
He's
like
like-
the movie buff expert, Michael. He's the crazy performer guy.
Yeah.
What?
You know how there's a like lady?
The opera chick, yeah.
Yeah, and then there's also Dennis Rodman.
He broke his dick having sex multiple times.
What?
I've read Vice articles about it.
Well, this is propaganda.
The broken dick part you worried about? Or the,
Dennis Rodman's in it?
Yeah.
How?
I don't know. He has red hair. He watches it. He's acted in it. I don't know. How what do you want me to say how?
Which part?
He's
not the
before the
blue
opera
chick.
chick, isn't it?
No, there's no person before the opera chick. It's just the opera chick.
And Dennis Rodman.
No, Dennis Rodman is not in that film.
I have to check now.
Yeah, please prove it.
I know that Chris Tucker is.
No.
He's amazing.
It's Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman broke his dick in The Fifth Element.
No, he didn't. No, that's just another fact about Dennis Rodman.
Well, I love Dennis Rodman after watching the Last Dance, the sport documentary about Michael Jordan, but I had no idea that he was in that.
Yeah?
I almost want to make... What?
That's Dennis Rodman.
Wow.
That does look
but
like Dennis
I
Rodman.
Actually just showed Michael a picture of Dennis Rodman from The Fifth Element.
Yep.
I don't remember him in it.
He's in it.
Wow. I need someone to put in the comments the exact moment, like somewhere that they can be like, yeah, click this link, and there he is in the film, please. I need to know. Wow. That's amazing. Dennis Rodman, though, is a beast of just a character. Incredible.
He is.
So how close is he with Kim Jong-un?
Oh, yeah, because we know that.
Well, you guys tend to know all the stuff about like the media.
I don't know anything about Dennis Rodman.
He
that he
did
broke
go
his
to
dick.
North Korea.
Hey?
He did go to North Korea.
Yeah, and wasn't he going to do like something with their basketball team or something?
Yeah, I think he probably got some money to go over there and hang out for a bit.
Yeah.
Money and other things.
Yeah.
What other things?
Things that caused him to break his dick.
Yeah.
Cocaine. So we are currently in Paris. We just finished our first day of TwitchCon. So
Yeah.
Paris or TwitchCon in Paris or EU is 2 days long. In the US, it's 3 days, right? Am I
Yes.
wrong?
God.
They count Friday.
Yeah.
Why would they make it go for 3 days?
Yeah, I think they don't need to. This was the right play.
Yeah. But I enjoyed it today.
This has been a lot better than I thought it would be. And that wasn't like I thought it'd be shit. I just thought it would be like more
Overrated?
mediocre.
Yeah.
I was expecting it to be pretty subpar, and it was pretty well on par as far as like exhibits and everything else as the US one. And I kind of came in being like, I just want to go home. I don't care about being here. But I actually had fun today. It was really nice. Met some cool people.
Yeah.
Hung out a little bit. I did a little stream, played
How
a
was
game.
it? Did you have fun?
I really did. Did you see that booth I was in? That was
Yeah,
very
that
robust.
was insane.
I was screaming and yelling. I tried not to say any bad words. They had
I'm
asked that
very
I.
proud of you.
I think I did 4 shits, and maybe a, and that's it.
You know what? You've probably grown the most on this trip.
You know, I think the thing that turned you around for this whole Twitch experience was that claw machine.
Yeah.
It
Because
really.
if
yeah.
that claw machine hadn't happened, I think this would be a completely different podcast. You'd be like, TwitchCon was shit. I hated it. They put on a terrible event.
That's actually 100% true. I won the grand prize. So I was going to stream at this booth, and I went a little bit early to meet them because I'd never heard of these guys. I don't think they knew that I hadn't streamed in 6 weeks.
Uh-oh.
And I was like, well, oh well,
Yeah.
thanks. So I showed up, I met them, and they were like, hey, well, would you like to do the claw machine? And the claw machine's filled with these gold balls, all exactly the same. And Jared was there too. They let him try. He couldn't even pick up a ball.
Couldn't even pick up a ball.
Really?
I accidentally released it, and instantly my claw starts going down.
And it wasn't up the top either. It went like down like 3.
Yeah.
And it missed. It went in this like weird hole, and it like grabbed one at the bottom. I was like, "Well, I didn't mean to let it go yet. I didn't mean to." And then it started picking it up. I was like, "Well, okay." And then it dropped it, and I opened it, and it said, "Grand prize."
Yeah. And the look on your face from the video was the most adorable. Like, wait, what? That's not supposed to say that.
And I was like, well, what does that mean? What's the grand prize from the gold ball claw machine at the the game that I was playing? And I was very confused about it. And then they're like, oh my God, he got the grand prize. And then another lady was like, he's only the 3rd person to do the golden ball machine today. We just opened. And they were all like, and then everybody else in the booth was like, he got the grand prize? He already got the grand prize? They're like, we're giving away the grand prize 15 minutes into being open?
Yeah.
And I was all like, is it cheating because like I'm going to stream here in a few minutes? They're like, well, we can't really not give it to you. And so I was like, yeah, that's right. No, they were like, you want
just
it, you want
posted
it.
that on your Instagram.
Yeah.
And let me show you guys what I got here.
So yeah, Dekie drops this ball down, and I think like, oh, this is the easiest game ever. It's like basically guaranteed win. And I'd miss an entire ball that I was perfectly aimed up for, and it didn't pick it up.
So I got a sick
I'm not a
Warhammer
gamer.
hoodie.
Wait, say it again.
I got a sick Warhammer hoodie. Check that out. It's definitely going to be big enough for me to kind of wear without pants, and so that it's like a little bit cute, and I'm like hopping around the apartment and I have no pants on, but it still covers everything. And
I like that. That's
And then-
that's nice.
and then I got Is it upside down? Well, yeah, it's upside down, but you get the idea. I got this huge blanket, and it's all like, super soft felt and everything. It's got the picture on it.
So no, you're not wearing clothes?
Yeah. I can wear that around the apartment wrapped up in it when I'm
cute.
feeling cute. And then they're like, and I was like, dude, this is already sick. And then they're like, here, have a miniatures starter kit, and it's got all the like this super cool stuff on it. Which I've never gotten into Warhammer, for one, because I think I'd be too perfectionist about the painting, and I'd get really mad at myself if I make one little
Do they
mistake.
sell these there?
I don't know.
I might go buy some for my son.
It's very expensive.
Michael, we don't have room.
So I got that, and then they also gave me a little painting kit with it, which has some miniatures in it too. So I'm like all Warhammered out. But shout out to those guys, and it's just is skill on grabbing balls.
Yeah, I'm not quite the gamer Dekie is.
No,
He's definitely a better ball grabber than
He's
you.
very good at ball grabbing. You haven't grabbed much. Well, we do sleep on the floor.
My
together.
morning experience was a lot different to Deckie's.
What was our morning experience?
Well, we got up and we went to breakfast, and then we went into the actual con, and we was like,
I feel like we should probably explain some stories the night before.
I think we should explain.
I think
the
we should
heist.
explain the heist.
Right now,
We got to get into the heist.
Are we gonna
We're
release it
breaking
this
rules
early?
as we speak.
yeah.
We're illegally camped out in this hotel room. We're lying directly to the Twitch manager. We're lying to the front desk. We're lying to the police.
All the security.
and we're
out
lying
the-
to Barbara.
we have
And her name is not Barbara, by the way, but I gave her a hug this morning.
So, okay, the full story is Twitch wasn't able to hook us up with enough rooms to have all of us, and I didn't want to separate us because we've been together for so long. It would suck to finish the whole
That's
it would
reason.
be terrible
The whole
to have
trip
our
ended
own
up
rooms.
being separated.
For
So,
us to all have
I
a
would
bed
be
each. It would have
so
been
upset.
so I said we'll all stay in the same room.
And we all agreed with great heartiness to be like, yay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, Michael honorably said he'd sleep on the floor.
And so did I.
I got the good bed on the day off when we were going to have our own rooms, but we all slept in the same room.
And
Michael.
But you two had the really shit pull-out couch, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to sleep on the floor in
And
Paris.
Jared is also sleeping on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Where's the part where Jared gets redeemed?
Jared gets to go home a day early, and
That's
I
true.
got
Fuck Jared.
I got breakfast.
Yeah, you did get breakfast.
Yeah.
so yeah. Anyway, we've been staying in here, and they've definitely been on top of it. Like the security for this whole convention is on next level. I've never seen security so full
We
on.
had a giant Adonis man named
I was trying to
Alex.
explain that before
Sorry,
Jared
sorry,
interrupted.
Sorry.
My bad.
But yeah, so pretty much like they've got security on our whole like hotel floor because the whole floor is with Twitch partners, and then on top of that, the whole area is just filled with security because of the whole riot situation in Paris. Which, by the way, I was out at 1 a.m. last night scootering around as scooter bandits
This is my favorite time of life.
with loser fruit, and
Shout out to Kathleen.
we did not see any riots.
No, we
went,
were
like,
the riot.
I'm not even exaggerating. Like we went like 6 kilometers around the city.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it cost me like €40 to get back on scooters. It could have been cheaper.
We also ended
So-
up on a boat.
You heard it here, guys. Don't trust the news. It's fake news. There was never any riots, and there's no problems in France. Everyone's happy.
Exactly. So yeah, and so we've gotten our way with having everyone in our room, and then we've been bribing the security guards with treats from.
Yeah, it came to me
Downstairs.
when I was down the bottom. And I was like, if I slip a few more Snickers bars in here and give them to the security guards, and I gave them, and they thought it was the best time ever. And anytime they see us now, it's not like. Well, at least when they see me and you, Paul, it's not like, oh, security. It's like, hey, it's our friends. And
Yeah,
they're
they're
like learning
super
our
excited
names
to
and-
see us.
So
And then when we went to TwitchCon this morning, and we went to go to like do the meet and greet section, that before I'd even got into the con, a security guard came up to me. He was like, I'd say 6'4".
yeah, it was
6'5"?
it was.
Oh,
six
that's
hot.
who that guy was.
It was a
Yeah,
sexy
his name was
man.
Alex.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And he
works
was
out.
a big bloke.
He was a big boy.
And not saying like as
No,
in,
he
like,
was his
overweight. I'm
arms
saying
were
like
double Jared's.
yeah, he made Jared's in trouble because we've got now Alex and
Yeah.
we've also got the lumberjack from
Yeah,
Norway.
I could fuck both of them up.
you could fuck them both. They're very attractive.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
And I might.
he was like following me around the entire time, and I was like, this guy doesn't need to follow me around the whole con, and he would not leave line of sight of me. He was
Yeah, he's like, I'm here to protect you, and we're like, from what?
and he was telling me how I did security guarding for some Australian actress.
Yeah, from
Nicole Kidman.
Margot Robbie.
No, she was originally. She's got. Is it Danish. She's from Denmark as well.
I don't know, but he protected her for a year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
He was.
And she never got killed?
Well, that's why he's here. She's dead now. He failed.
But yeah, this guy, I wanted someone to try and fuck me up because this
Been
guy
fun to
would have
see.
been awesome to watch.
And he was great. He was just like he had an all access areas pass and couldn't get up the simplest of elevators or escalators. And he's trying to explain. And these two weedy little blokes are just like, nah, you may not.
No, it was more like, oh, no.
Oh, no.
And he's
can't
like
imagine their
showing
voice.
his pass, saying he's all access.
Yeah, these guys are with me. And they're like, you, yes, no. Because their voice can't be the same as Alex's. I'm sorry.
He's like, they're with me.
They're with me. And that's just like, oh.
We.
Yeah, I'm wet.
But before that, I want to talk about like the gravity of this heist.
Yeah.
So yeah, we knew from the start that like Pest was going to have a hotel provided for him, and we were going to sneakily stay inside of it because it's made for two people, only Pest and Micheal. And so Jared and I were going to kind of be, sneaking in, doing our thing, and it had all been part of the plan. Mm-hmm. And and this is like from before the trip even started, and then like as we're like getting here, everybody's kind of like, "Is this going to be a bad idea?" Nah, it's fine. And we get here, and first of all, so like Pest and Micheal go up to the room, and they're like, and Jared and I were going to wait and then come up with a second key. And we get a text and they're like, so there's like security on the floor. This is a little bit more established than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. So like we come up, we just kind of act like we know what we're doing.
We even like just pretended we were vlogging around the corner and be like, oh, there's security here. Hey, you guys working long? How many hours? What time do you get off? When's the shift change? I just all these normal
We asked them their full roster every day.
Literally.
And the thing is, they gave it to us in the worst English because they didn't understand it that well.
But
that's great.
Yeah, Jared and I come up, we act like we know what we're doing. We get to the room, it's okay.
Yeah.
And even like I don't know if we went back out that night or not, but we
Because we got a heap of alcohol and came back here to drink.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. And then the next morning, Pest and Micheal leave early. And Jared and I are like, because we're trying to do it staggered. They don't want to see four of us come out of one room because it's supposedly two. And so we come out, or like Pest and Micheal leave 10 minutes before us. Mm-hmm. They go down, they're gone. And then we leave. And there's somebody at the end of the hallway just staring.
And can I just say before you say that, the security guards that we saw were not as highly dressed or security like. They were just kind of like
We had two very young, lovely ladies.
yeah.
that
They
were
just
sitting
look
there
like
just
volunteers
waving at us.
in dark polos.
And,
were
they just
like,
sit in front of the elevators
Yeah.
and see who comes up.
Yeah, the woman you met.
Barbara.
Yeah,
And she's got like a yellow reflector vest on, a white button-up shirt.
she looked like a cop.
Yeah, she's got radios and stuff, and she's staring, and we just open the door and come out, and she's just like, and I was like, oh no. Oh, and Jared's like, we don't say anything. We're like, oh no. So we go down, and we like are passing her, and she's all like, your badges. And we're like, well, we haven't picked them up yet. We're going to pick them up this afternoon when the badge pickup starts. She's like, supposed to have badges. And I was like, oh no. She's like, hotel badge. And I was like, there's a hotel badge? We're screwed. And she's like, hotel badges in the basement. And then the other girls are like, yeah, the hotel badges. And I was like, oh no.
But first of all, that comment, hotel badges in the basement, just sounds like we're going to beat the shit out of you because we know your secrets.
And so Jared and I were like, okay, well, we're going to get them at the place. We're going to go have breakfast. So we go to the hotel or the elevator. We ding it. And she's just staring at us in silence. The two other girls at the desk are just staring at us in silence. And Jared and I are like, and Jared just spoke a little bit of French. She's like, how's your morning? And then Barbara comes up to us and she's all like, I take you for badges. And we are like, oh shit. So
Not to mention she's half the height of you as well.
Yeah.
and
I want to add into this point that she's a very intimidating lady.
Oh my God, yeah.
Like,
I've melted her over. It's fine.
she kind of reminds you of a nonna.
Yeah, that's what I was freaking out about. And I was like, I need to give her food.
Yeah, because I wouldn't want to be on her bad side.
No.
So at first when the guy's like, oh, this is a security guard lady, she's like all up in her grill. I'm like,
She must be
You'll be right.
7 foot. She must be 2 people wide.
no, it's just this little nonna that's ready to throw your fucking shoe at you and just fuck you
She
up.
was ready to throw down. She was going to stab you or taser you.
But the best part is because originally we were just like, okay, we're going to go down the elevator and leave. And we'll let Paul and the other guys figure whatever hotel badges out. But she's like, I take you for the basement and we get badges. And we're like, oh no. So we get in the elevator and she presses like 0. Or I don't remember what it was, but I was like
-1.
freaking out. Yeah. And Jared goes and presses one floor up from it. So he presses like 1 and the elevator's like going down. The door opens and we just leave and walk out.
Didn't you say we'd be back in an hour?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we knew if we got down to the basement, they're going to be like, all right, who the hell are you guys? You aren't supposed to be here. So we were like, we got to get out before we get to the basement.
Yeah.
And Jared played it smart, just hit the first button and we just left without saying a word to Barbara.
Yeah.
Well, he said, we'll be back in an hour.
Yeah, which was a great cover because she doesn't speak French.
No, she's English. Her
English
English
is
is really
yeah.
bad. We've
It's
been
terrible.
talking to her a fair bit since.
No, and since then, that's when I started to bribe the
All
security, guards.
including her.
And I'd been waiting for her especially. So,
Well, but we texted Pest and Michael because they were already gone, and we were like, "We've got major problems at the hotel. We have to have a hotel badge plus a Twitch badge. They're on to us."
and this was terrible news because we were in the middle of a Pokemon Go session. And that was really important to Paul and I because Paul hadn't, you know what I've discovered? As soon as interesting people come along, Paul doesn't want to play Pokemon Go anymore. He's just like, I'm done. And 3 days straight of playing Pokemon Go, being addicted to it. And then all of a sudden, one interesting person comes along. He's like, I've finished the Pokemon Go. And I'm like, dude, we just started getting into it.
Have you seen me really sit down and relax in the last 48 hours?
Pokemon going, yes.
No.
Just
Since getting to Paris, I haven't really stopped.
That's your own fault for playing Pokemon Go.
But we get a text back, and they're like, "We're on it. We're gonna come up with some ideas."
Yeah, we did.
I think Michael even said magical ideas.
You know what the actual really interesting thing is? We saw a lady today putting those stickers on badges. So we actually would have got away with it.
She came up to us because we couldn't get up that elevator. We're talking
She was
about
gonna
the
get the
escalator.
stickers.
She came up thinking we didn't have the stickers on it. And she's like, they've already got the stickers. Why isn't security letting them go past? And we're just like, guys, it's fine. We just have to wait 2 minutes before they open it and then we can go past. It's like, you must go up now. We're like, but why?
And the funny thing is, we got up to the very top
Yeah.
to go, and they're like, as soon as we get there, like, all right, we're leaving 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's time to go down.
the
We're
mini-grid.
like, we should have just fucking walked to our
But
meeting.
they don't know what the sticker we're talking about is.
yes.
You guys really jumping the gun here a little bit.
sorry.
So there's this. So like on an average little plebs badge, this is just your regular badge. There's no sticker, but then you can get a sticker that shows that you're like VIP.
Yeah.
And it's just a little like circle with something on
like
it.
a white Xbox mark.
Yeah, and so we, they have those stickers. Jared and I don't. And they're like, well, they did some research and we learned that there's not an actual hotel badge. They do mean the Twitch badges, but if you're VIP and you're, have the hotel room provided for you, you don't have to go pick up your badge. They give you your actual Twitch badge in the basement. That's the confusion. And so they figure that out and they're like, well, let's just forge the badge, the stickers. And so like their idea was we're going to falsify Twitch documents and we're going to go to a print shop, print off the stickers, put it on our badges, then we can get through with it. And I was like, this is really escalating in the heist. I was like, now we're actually like printing off official documents.
I was willing to kill someone.
And I was all like, this is terrifying. I was like, I mean, Twitch is my livelihood. If Twitch gets onto this, they're gonna end me. I was like, I was starting to freak out. I was like, Pest has to take the fall. And
He did
then
actually send me a message saying I have to take a floor. I'm like, dude, all we've done is put 2 blokes to sleep on a fucking floor.
Yeah.
If they're gonna like banish us to the fucking Netherlands for that, I'd be like,
Yeah, it's just sign with kick.
yep.
Yeah. But we didn't end up doing that. We just learned that the security doesn't care as long as you have any kind of Twitch thing. I just always put mine backwards. They wouldn't even be able to see it. But yeah, it was as long as you had some kind of Twitch marking on you, they didn't care.
But it was a little bit of a thrill. Especially
It
when
was a
last
major
time we're
thrill
let's just
for
try
that
this.
first morning.
Let's just try this.
We discussed a lot about
Yeah.
strategies. There was like throwing stuff out windows, rope involved. It was
Cutting glass.
Yeah.
Even getting a different hotel room, but I was like, it's too late. We are
too late.
already
We're in too deep.
embedded.
Yeah, we don't even care if it's actually quite affordable.
I wouldn't put someone else in another hotel room until we actually got kicked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've loved this. This has been a great setup because I'm not sleeping on the floor. But that's the heist. So far, it's been very successful. We have 2 more nights to see if we get through, but I think we will.
Jared has one. This is Jared's
Yeah,
last
and
night.
we leave very early in the next night,
Yeah.
like on the Monday morning,
Yeah, we shouldn't go to bed. We should just stay up all night.
5 a.m.
I think we should go kiss under the Eiffel Tower with Jared tonight. I mean,
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Tongue.
well,
That's,
or
is
France.
there any other way to
French
kiss,
kiss?
dude? There's French fries. There's French kissing. There's French.
Huh? Fun. I'll film.
French people.
Yeah.
I like to watch.
Hey, me and Paul went on a boat yesterday.
Yeah,
We had
tell
a
us about
whole-
the boat.
We had a whole experience.
Yeah. What happened on the boat?
So we went to the partner party for
I didn't. I was.
Dekie and I went to the partner party
Yeah.
and we caught up with some people there. And then when we left, we were talking to some friends and they said, do you want to go on a boat?
Yeah.
And Dekie got to the point where I was kind of with Dekie. I was like, this ain't happening.
And I was just like, I'm going home. And Michael came and like switched out spots with me. Michael, like, since the partner party was over, Michael showed up and I was like, well, I'm going back to the hotel room.
Fuck Michael, I don't want to be here. Yeah.
So Michael and I were like just hanging out with pretty much every Australian content creator that was there.
Yeah.
Some lovely people.
Some great people.
Loser Fruit.
Yeah, you got Kathleen, Loser Fruit. Yeah, you had
Is
Joey.
Is Kathleen Loser Fruit?
The three Breeze.
Yeah, and there was Wolf as well. I can't remember the rest of their name. But Wolf.
The stream. Is it Keith? The stream labs. The
Iku.
stream. Iku. Is that his name?
Stream Elements.
Stream Elements. Yeah.
So yeah, we end
We
up.
also had Lee and Renee.
So we were generally just hanging out with these guys. We eventually find somewhere to go have a drink while we wait
Yeah.
for this boat party. And long story short, we decided to get scooters.
We did, and Bree took her bike, and there's a reason we're going to tell the bike story.
So the bikes here, like the Lime bikes, so Lime scooters that you like zoom around on, there's actually bikes as well. They're electric, so you can actually go really fast.
That's great.
You don't even have to like be able to pedal, you just zoom.
Yeah,
And so we're like zooming through the streets of Paris.
that was amazing.
It was actually really fun.
It was so surreal.
You know how we did the Stockholm one? It's like that, but with like traffic.
Yeah, it was great. Wow. You guys would have been right on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to judge Loser for its scootering abilities, but she's slow.
Yeah,
If you can't grip it and rip it.
She's
No.
just she's not that good at life.
Whoa.
Well, I'd say that to her face.
She's way better at life than you.
Potato. What?
So you guys were out there drinking and riding, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we
Wow.
we were cutting laps on our Lime scooters, trying to get to this boat in time, which we got told to be there by 10:30. It was leaving. And we got there like, I'd say 10:25, we parked our scooters and Bree had to park her bike.
Yeah, and Bree's just like, I'm wearing heels.
Heels.
I don't want to ride my bike by myself. Michael, would you please ride my bike to the parking area? Now, I did that. Rode my bike back to the parking area. Ran back in Crocs, just so you're aware. Crocs were great. And then she's like, oh no, my vape is in the bike. And I'm like, oh, well, I can go back and get it. And she's like, no, it's okay. We got to catch the boat. I'm like, are you sure? Because it's just down there. No, I don't need my vape. Anyway, today at TwitchCon, she's like, Michael, my vape and my license were in the basket. And I was like, oh,
I didn't hear that part.
So yeah, we jumped on the boat, had a great time.
We literally got to the boat as they were like leaving.
As they were leaving, and then we're just on the boat, and they're like, "Oh shit, we're just riding past the Eiffel Tower right now." And it was actually quite surreal. It's all lit
Yeah.
up, all romantic.
So we had a few drinks and met a heap of people and had a romantic hug in front of the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, got to hang out with Kathleen. She was great. She's always good fun.
Yeah.
So it's the second party we've hung out with Loser.
And that's it, really. When we finished the boat and docked again, and we scooted home.
Yeah,
I know it's crazy sounding, but it really was
big night.
Jared and I, Jared decided after the partner party, like when Michael came, Michael had woken up Jared and been like, hey, do you want to come to the,
And I
whatever
said,
we're doing?
hell yeah, I want to come.
Don't come.
Actually, no, I didn't come. I said, no, Michael, I'm not going to come. Instead, I'm going to stay here.
And so I got back and I thought Jared was going to be passed out. And I come in, it's all dark and he's like, hey. I was like, whoa.
So Michael woke me up and he's like, hey, you want to come? And I said no, because I was really tired. I'm like, I'm just going to sleep. And then as soon as Michael left, I was like, oh, now I'm wide awake. And it's like 8:30 p.m.
But yeah, I came home. Jared was like, well, now I'm awake. What are we going to do? So we watched Les Stroud Survivor Man.
Yeah.
We watched a ton of episodes.
Yep.
And it was a really good time.
Yeah.
You boys have been drinking a lot.
Yeah. This last leg of the trips kind of turned me into an alcoholic. I'm on almost 2 weeks straight of drinking every night.
I've officially
Yeah,
quit
tell us
drinking.
about that.
drinking. So I was thinking about it like we were talking to John B the other day, and he was telling me how he'd been sober now for
5 years.
5 years.
Yeah.
And it's like I actually went close to 3 years without drinking. I lost my license to drink driving when I was 21.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. So which like it wasn't like I was crazy drunk.
Yeah.
I drank a lot, but I wasn't actually that high over. It was 0.08. Now in America, that's a legal limit.
Oh.
But in Australia, you lose your license.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I lost my license for 6 months. And all my friends were like, oh, yeah, we'll drive you around. We'll pick you up, all that kind of stuff. Never happened. So I skateboarded everywhere. And because I was skateboarding everywhere and I was just getting my health and fitness back up, I started, that's when I started working out a lot. I actually said, you know what? It's not really worth drinking anymore.
Yeah.
So I said, I'm just not going to drink for a while. and I stopped drinking for it was about 2.5 years. That's probably maybe in that time I drank maybe 2 nights. And that was like weddings, I think it was.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll just treat myself to like this wedding.
Treat yourself.
But also just focus on my fitness.
Yeah.
And so when John B was talking about it, I was already thinking about like, I've drank more on this trip, guys, than
Pesley doesn't drink that.
like a few years, I reckon, combined.
Just before you keep going, it's really good to actually meet John B in person.
He's great, isn't he?
I love him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, keep going.
I want to have a podcast with him, but unfortunately, this fucking hotel won't provide us a room to do a podcast.
If we just leave this set up and all of us sleep on the floor, we could probably do it.
we could probably get Kathleen in our room. That's about it.
Just straight after this, we'll just
I'll
get
step
Kathleen.
out.
But yeah. So I was thinking about it, and so I thought, you know what? After that last night, no more drinking. So you know what I've decided? It's not forever.
Yeah.
It's until I climb Mount Blanc.
So I'm just confused because you didn't actually drink that much when I'd arrived. You literally had 1 gin and tonic when I was there.
It was a great way to finish.
So what concerns me is how many drinks you had before I arrived that made you go, I want to quit drinking.
No, I'd been thinking
were-
about before that. After I'd been talking to John B.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, how many drinks did you have before I arrived to make you be like, I'm going to stop drinking? Because you literally just had 1 gin and tonic on the
no,
boat.
he had talked to John B like before we ever went to the
It's
party.
not about the numbers.
It was like during when
about-
you guys were waiting
Okay.
for the
Principle.
tickets.
Okay, so you decided to
sending
quit
a
drinking, but
message.
you had to have one last night of drinking,
Yeah, I thought, I should have a final drink.
and you had quite a few.
I had maybe 5 beers and a gin and tonic.
There you go. That's a final beer.
But Jared and I were also discussing because I saw your tweet this morning after you left, and I was like, "Wow, Pest is actually hanging up the hat."
Yeah.
And I was like, "That's pretty cool." And Jared was like, "Yeah, usually people only quit drinking after like something horrible happens."
Yeah. So
That's
we
right,
were
right,
wondering
right.
like what happened last night.
yeah,
Yeah, I
So
didn't
yeah,
talk about
I was like, maybe he drowned somebody or something while they were on the boat. Maybe like, "Oops, I'm sorry."
I'm very goal orientated. So if I set myself a goal, so I'm going to climb Mount Blanc and then I'll drink.
I
So
like
now I have to go there.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
Or you just quit drinking.
forever.
yeah,
forever.
Quitting drinking might be easier than climbing Mount Blanc.
yeah.
So I'm going to really focus on getting my fitness up so we can do Mount Blanc in a day.
Yeah, a day's not going to happen, but doing it at all is going to be the real thing.
No, I'm going to do it in a day.
You're also going to swim the Budapest River in 35 minutes. You've set yourself a goal there. What are you quitting for that? Now, this basically
Michael,
The
I'm gonna
real
send you a-
concerning thing about my drinking is that I haven't been partying at all. I've been sitting in hotel rooms watching YouTube and drinking.
That's Jared and I's new routine.
Yeah.
We'll like put on something on YouTube and we're like, let's just have a couple of beers together.
Shout out to my boy Tiko.
yeah.
Remember I told you guys about at the
Yeah.
partner party that I
young
met
fella.
a young guy. He looked young. He
Dude,
was a
how
Zimmer.
good was my call out of like, he just had this like really energetic, cool attitude. And I was like, are you a musician? And he's like, yeah, man. Like,
Well, we learned how he's a musician. He did a
Yeah.
freestyle rap for one of his videos.
And it
really?
got 33 million views.
wow.
And it's a Fortnite rap.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's him as a fish with a child voice alterator on
Yeah,
him.
know
we
what?
watched his videos last night, and I told Jared about this kid that I met. I was like, we got to find his video. So I met this guy at the partner party, and he's like young Zoomer kid. He's got all the bushy hair in the front,
Love it.
backwards hat,
Love it.
some bling on and stuff. And I was like, okay, I'm talking to him, and he was cool. He was actually cool for being young, and he's like from middle of nowhere, Missouri. So we were talking about that and stuff, decently similar to Tennessee. And he ended up being like, well, yeah, I don't stream really much. It's mainly just YouTube stuff. I'm into Fortnite. And I was like, okay, cool. I never mentioned Ninja. I knew if I mentioned Ninja, then he was going to be like, oh, God, that's the only thing anybody knows. So I avoided it.
Don't know what Ninja is.
Okay, it doesn't matter. And he was all like, yeah, I really blew up in 2020. I was like, well, you're already pretty young. How young were you when you're doing it? And he's like, 14. And I was like,
Does that make him 18 now?
and I was like, how old are you now? He's like, I'm 17. I'm not supposed to be here. And he has like a beer, and I was all like, whoa.
Yeah.
I was like, man,
Boys got game.
I am twice your age.
And he's like a million times more successful than both of us.
I was like, man, I feel like shit. But he was actually really cool. He's about to move to LA. He wants to. And all this other stuff. But we came back. I was like, I got to find one of his videos, and it's not like gameplay. He makes like skits or wars. You know, he has like a bunch of other guys that he does stuff when he has like a big battle, and he has this like he's the fish man versus the banana guys, and then there's a spy that's trying to betray one of the teams,
I love it.
and it's this entire thing. But yeah, he uses a voice changer. He sounds like this. I'm Tiko. And I was like, what the hell? And I told Jared that, and I was like, dude, I got to find this guy tomorrow and make fun of him.
My son's
Because I was like, he's gonna hope that I didn't find his videos, and we found him today at the Team 17 booth, and I was like, dude, I watched your videos, and he's all like, oh yeah, it's all focused at kids, and I was like, yeah, it is, and I was like, but it does have like 33 million views, so I can't really talk, but it was fun.
That's great.
Shout out to
Tiko. He'll be
He seemed
watching.
like a really lovely dude.
Yeah.
I met him.
He probably is. He's probably just wanting to have a normal conversation with you.
With adults.
Yeah.
With people old enough to be
some
his
old
parents.
With
dude,
some
yeah.
guy who could be his father.
All right. This has been lovely. What a lovely first day.
Man,
We
I
met-
would have wished to actually get into content creation when I was young.
Yeah.
I feel like I would have been able to have so much like creative fun. Because it's like you don't have to worry about bills or anything. Like, you're just like, what silly stuff can I make today?
But the thing is, we'd all probably be canceled because you'd make this stuff 10 years ago that's acceptable, and now you blow up and people be like, look at the video he made 10 years ago. He was saying that guy's an and you're not allowed to say him anymore.
Great.
so
Now
you're
we can't
canceled.
play this. Can we
Yeah,
say
thanks,
this?
Jared. Now we're
Well,
going to
you can just blank that out. You can just blank that out, and then people will be like, oh, you must have said something real horrible.
Please don't say something horrible.
Like what,
For
Michael?
example,
But Jared, you're only 27.
Yeah, you're young, man.
You are in the prime.
Yeah.
It's time
I've
for you
got
to
my-
start your content creation. Why haven't you made a YouTube channel?
I've got my whole life ahead of
You
me.
should
And
start a
actually,
YouTube channel.
I'm dropping everything and focusing only on Aventura Australia on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Please go subscribe.
Yeah. He's
Also-
almost at
also on
1,000
Instagram.
subscribers.
If you've gotten to this point of the actual podcast and you haven't subscribed to Aventura Australia,
Yeah.
this is Daddy Pest
Oh, wow.
telling you, get into 1,000 subs now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because he's at 800
Narpha, can we have some
and it's monetized.
Almost
It's not monetized
900,
because
yeah.
he needs the 1,000 sub
He
mark.
needs 1,000
Yeah.
subs.
And then watch his
We
videos.
need you to watch his videos as well.
And his shorts, really good shorts.
And can I just say, the improvement from when we first met Jared to now of the videos is skyrocketing.
Yeah, I've had some great role models influence in my life and my career, and
Done nothing.
I'm not even joking. 100% real
I'm
talk.
not saying, I'm not saying you. I'm talking about my Tiko.
Yeah, Michael.
100% real talk. I have Jared's channel on all notifications. Not just like what they have, like different versions of what you can get for notifications. I have all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're like Dekie, the notifications will come up 1 week after I post a video.
I was like, Jared, you put up a new short, and he's like, dude, that was like 4 days ago.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, Jared, you got a new video. He's like, yeah, that was like last month, and I don't know what YouTube's doing, but I have notifications on.
Yeah. But speaking of Narpha, we met Narpha.
Yeah,
we met Narpha.
Yeah.
Narpha is Pestely's editor,
Yeah.
Before Death's editor.
Yeah.
And
He's a lot taller than I thought.
Yeah. And he's very vampire-ish.
he fit the bill. He was exactly, his hair was a little shorter than I anticipated.
Well, you know, he has a haircut. And we
Yeah.
met Vanessa as well, his partner, who we've been wanting to meet for a long time. So it's been lovely to meet her.
But let's
Yeah.
focus on Narpha.
Yeah.
It's great
His
to meet him.
eyes.
Oh, so dreamy.
That's why we know he's a vampire.
steely
Because
blue
when he
eyes.
looks at you with his eyes and you get lost in him,
Yeah.
you lose time. There's something happened.
It's like I'll suggest an edit or a cut, and he'll be like, "You don't need that cut. I'm coming into your house." Like it's
It is bizarre. Like I noticed it when we were at the cafe today, and he has these like super tight little pupils, and I was like, "Huh." And then I looked at the iris and everything else, and it's like almost like glistening and
Like a
gleaming.
galaxy?
Yeah, it was like a galaxy. And I was like, "You've got really beautiful eyes," and he's like, "I do."
but
But he kept staring, and I was like, "Well, this is even more weird because I can't look away."
yeah. And when you said it as well, it was like you were in a trance. You have beautiful eyes. I
Yeah,
do.
if you stare too long, you turn to stone.
Yeah.
You turn rock hard.
Speaking about eyes,
Yeah.
when Welyn plays his trumpet and he looks at you when he's playing, I don't know what to do.
Did he play it last night?
No, he
No,
played it
today.
at TwitchCon today. And I started calling out some old, because I used to be a trumpet player and I used to learn lots of jazz band songs. And I started to call out some songs and he knew them all. And I was like, I'm so turned on right now. It was great. He was playing
Welyn's such a
Watermelon
man. If you're looking for love,
Oh my God, if you're looking for love.
you need to go to Welyn's channel.
Yeah, head to Welyn because he is 5 foot of absolute fun.
Excuse me? He's 5'8" at least.
He's 5 foot. No, he's shorter than you.
You're taller than him.
He's not. No, really?
Yeah.
You are.
Wow.
But he's
I love
built
him.
like a brick shit house.
Yeah.
He's built. He would knock me down for 6, but he's 5 foot. And
He's not. He is 6 foot and lovely
Yeah.
and muscly.
and man,
And
he
if you're
is
looking for
charming.
love-
He is charming, and he's the life of the party as well.
Yeah. He knows
He
how to
really
drink.
always is.
Great
Every
guy.
time I hang out with Welyn and there's alcohol involved,
Yeah,
it's a party.
Yeah.
He returned my power bank, and that's all I can be thankful for.
yeah.
But we didn't finish talking about Narpha. So Narpha is the editor for his channel, and I've never met Narpha. Pest, he's clearly met him. Michael has met him on a few occasions. Or at least
He
once.
stayed in my house.
He's-
He played video
oh.
games with my kids.
Yeah,
wow.
just like you always promised us.
Wow.
Well, I'll probably get him first before
No,
you.
yeah, I don't think he's coming anymore. We both have decided we're not going to come.
No.
Don't come.
But the thing is, I've heard Narpha. I've seen Narpha a little bit on a video call because Michael's always talking to him because Michael's trying to outline the videos. Narpha puts them together, so they talk a lot on video calls and so on. So every once in a while, I'll see him on like a screen. But I've always he seems like a very nice soul in the little bit I've seen,
he's a
or on the
beautiful
Discord when he's typing about something. He just seems kind and sweet.
Yeah.
And so I didn't know he was coming. For one, when we were in Belgium earlier this trip, I was like, why didn't Narpha come out? And I was like, what an asshole. And then I got over it. And then I only learned like 2 days ago he was going to be at TwitchCon. And I was like, oh, this is great. I get to meet him. And this has been a delight. We spent all afternoon together today.
I'm glad you guys did, because Narpha's really
Yeah.
actually quite funny. So
Shout out to Narva. Fantastic
Yeah,
guy.
really
It
nice
was
guy.
a great experience to actually meet him in person instead of seeing
and
him on
if
the
you
screen.
are watching all the before death videos, actually do shout out because he puts a lot of effort. I know you're always saying, "Oh, Michael, you're helping with the story and stuff," but he's taking a lot of the brunt of all the hard work of it all, and he actually tells a great story as well. So
Yeah.
very proud of it.
He's doing Michael's one job.
Yeah,
Good job, Narpha.
good job, Narpha.
Good job, Narva.
Good job, Narpha.
Yeah, he doesn't get a shout out enough. So
Yeah.
well done.
Shout out to Narpha.
But outside of that, we kind of skipped parts of Lithuania and that, but
You guys want to rate those countries from S to F?
I'd rather
not
not.
really.
Well,
Okay, there's
it's
only one-
okay if we're not drunk.
we're
If
trying-
we're drunk,
okay,
it's
okay.
okay.
We're trying to promote positivity on this channel.
I wanna let's go channel, country you would 100% go back to and spend a month there.
Norway.
Not England.
Scotland for me. I'm just gonna put Scotland out there for me.
Where was the place we went to the ice hotel?
Sweden.
That's
Sweden.
Sweden.
So
Yeah.
I'd go back to Sweden.
I would go back to Sweden too, just
Really?
because of the.
Sweden,
yeah.
Norway, and Finland.
Yeah, that's Can I just say Scandinavia? Those.
No, I said country.
Okay, well, I'd say the Norway, Sweden, Finland. That was
No,
incredible.
It's a country, Michael.
Norway.
Okay, and you guys said Sweden. I
Sweden.
said Scotland because I actually could move there if it was warmer for most of the year. Okay.
Country that you would never visit again.
London, England.
Honestly, I'd be the same. I've been.
Not that it's not a bad place. It's just so crowded and it's over expensive. And
I've been to
there.
London for a week before, and I don't
And
need to go back.
I've lived in the UK. I don't need to go back.
But that's a cop-out answer, so I'd say Belgium. It doesn't have enough identity. That's my reasoning.
I might say maybe
Dekie?
The Netherlands.
Wow.
Well, Moxie's there.
Moxie's
You
gonna
see
hate you for
Moxie
that.
yet?
I'm never
Actually,
going to
I
go
had
back to the
some great-
Netherlands.
I had
No, I
some-
won't see Moxie.
No.
You'd rather go to Belgium than Netherlands?
Belgium, I feel like we didn't get to see enough. I felt like I saw a decent amount of the Netherlands.
yeah. I was gonna say Luxembourg, but
I liked Luxembourg. It had that
We went like half a mile into Luxembourg and left.
Okay.
and-
Next one. Most surprising country. Like country you thought this is going to be shit, but it was actually awesome.
France.
I really will say my time, like I've been to Paris before and I was, like it is very beautiful architecture, but I was not overly impressed. This time I've been a little bit more impressed and I haven't done any sightseeing.
No, and I actually think it's probably more to do with some of the people that we've been spending time with for me, but
I've been spending time with you guys.
that's what I meant. You.
Wales. Wales, I thought that was gonna be boring. but it was
Yeah,
pretty good.
Wales was great.
Wales was great.
You guys had an incredible Wales adventure. Shout out to Eddie McBram.
Yeah, my boy.
Shout out to the boat owners.
Yeah. I hope there's a newspaper article about that. You know, Demon Bird shits on bones.
I'm gonna say, which it's kind of shocking to me to think it, but I really, looking back at it, I was very fond of Ireland.
Yeah. I was
quite good.
I've enjoyed Ireland before, and it was what I expected.
Northern Ireland
Ireland.
Northern.
or
No.
just Ireland?
Ireland.
Ireland.
I
Republic of
actually
Ireland.
enjoyed the hill, Carrington Hill, and the driving back and forth between there and Dublin was kind of shit. Dublin, I didn't get to explore very much, but it felt like the people there were just really fun.
Addicted to crack.
Really
fun.
fun, Dekie.
This is fun.
I liked Ireland, but it wasn't like my favorite. But I did like
It wasn't my favorite,
But
but it surprised me.
yeah, the country
Like,
that surprised you the most.
I was kind of like, we'll just punch out Ireland to get out.
Well, what's y'all's feelings on Guinness?
In Ireland, it was great.
To be honest, you know what made me enjoy it more is the drinking game of splitting the G. I focused less on the taste, and I actually enjoy stout. I enjoy dark ale. So I was focusing less on that and more about that. I want to split the G. And for those of you that don't know, so when you get a Guinness, the whole idea is you have to drink it, and your first gulp, you have to put it down, and it has to be in the middle of the sign, like
It has to be a Guinness glass.
yeah, a Guinness glass, and it needs to be in the middle of the word Guinness. You need to have the level there. And
Like split the G.
Yeah, you split the G. And I've only seen it split perfectly. You got really close, like minuscule off the middle, and I saw someone else do it the other day.
Check the Instagram story or the Instagram post from from Ireland.
Yeah.
I split it
The
perfectly.
bartender from Finland fucking smashed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did it in one go. I was like, you're a god. So,
Yeah.
but 3 big gulps apparently is the way you do it. Adam taught me that. Adam, if you're watching.
Favorite mountain from this trip?
Kebnekaise.
Kebnekaise.
Yeah, I'd have to say Kebnekaise was the most epic, probably.
Ben Nevis for me.
Ben
Can
Nevis is
I
good,
say
really good views.
Ben Nevis was the best view, but Kebnekaise, when you saw that peak, you're like, that's a peak. That's the first actual peak I felt like we've summited. Actually, no, Masala felt like a peak as well. But that, like, from look,
Masala had a building on top of that.
I want to
Yeah.
explain Ben Nevis. So for me, when we were climbing up there, it was a clear sunny day. We got to the top. We had fun at the top. It was cool. There was like a lot of cool stuff going
but
on.
it got misty and snowy.
Yeah, it was kind of
yeah.
creepy, you know, because the clouds came over.
Yeah.
Then we started going back down, and even though I was by myself, the cloud cover was not so thick. The sun could still pierce through it, so it was like those God rays coming through.
Yeah.
And then the sun was kind of setting at the same time, so it kind of gave that misty color.
And behind it had the red hue as well.
Yeah, and then on top of that, you had all the lakes, and
river.
the light was piercing through the clouds onto the lakes. I honestly think, like, and I said this to Michael earlier, I wish I was actually a photographer to try and take a photo of that moment, because it was like the most incredible view of my life.
Yeah.
I will agree. I think that's probably the most incredible view of my life too.
Yeah.
I tried to take pictures. I've even gone back and looked at them. Like, this pretty was not.
Also, check the Instagram for the Ben Nevis post.
Yeah.
Or the Three Peaks post.
No, I had the photo of
got a
Dekie.
What
good picture
what
of
Instagram
Dekie.
are we going to find that on?
The
Before Death OF.
Yeah. You can find Before Death through Aventura Australia.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
You actually can.
It was
Linked in all my videos.
like, and I know this sounds random, but like it was like sheep or goat that were there too.
Yeah. Sheep
And they're
everywhere.
just like, they made me laugh. I don't know why, but I was just seeing like these like,
Yeah.
jolly little like lambs. Like,
Yeah. Having a great time on a fucking
Speaking of
mountain.
jolly little animals, that hedgehog.
Yeah.
But no, I was thinking about the reindeer, because when they run, they like kick their feet out behind
Yeah.
them, and it looks pretty
Yeah,
goofy.
reindeer run real goofy.
Yeah.
and they're like mangy as shit.
Yeah.
They are. They do
I
not
didn't see a single gorgeous reindeer.
It would have been this time of year though, because they're all like shedding their winter
Yeah.
coats.
And the movie Frozen has really put a false sense of what a reindeer is to me. None of them were like Sven.
Well, speaking of animals, I got to
Speaking of
whisper with that
propaganda.
horse
You did.
in Ireland.
Yeah.
Nornarn.
That
Was
Nornarn.
was that on Snowden?
No, sleeve.
Nornarn.
Sleeved on her.
Sleeved honored.
Yeah.
But that was a magical experience.
That
That was one of
was.
my favorite moments for
Yeah.
this trip. I had a connection with that.
You
with
had a
that
connection
with
with
that
it.
steed.
I got a few connections with you with the sheep as well. And you know how you thought they were walking away? I'm pretty sure they wanted you to follow it, because they were
Yeah.
like following. They walked away and then looked back like, are you coming?
Yeah,
But you didn't.
I didn't.
There's been some amazing animal times with you.
I've always really
Animalistic
liked
times.
animals, but I feel like I'm growing a bigger connection.
Yeah.
Mm.
I love it. This is great.
All right.
That's why I killed a bird when we were on that island.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
And I killed a lobster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it was exactly a lobster. It's probably more of a large crayfish, but
Yeah, a large pre-cooked lobster.
large crayfish. What other animals did we see? We saw a stork.
Yeah, we saw plenty of
Yeah,
storks.
we had the whole thing about the storks and the stork nest in Romania along the road and the big towers. But apparently, Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia all have storks too.
Yeah. I saw a really large snail.
We picked up a hitchhiker.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we picked up a hitchhiker.
That was our first.
Forgot
And
about
it was
that.
great. Talk about lost in translation. That was the most fun ever.
Well, there's the name of this episode. Our first time picking up a hitchhiker.
So the issue is we probably would have done this before. There was a couple of people that we've seen along the way that we
Yeah,
could have
but
picked up.
we didn't have
We
room.
didn't have room because we all had our bags.
Yeah.
But when we went to the highest peak of Lithuania, we didn't have any of our bags in the car. So it was easy for you guys to jump in the back and we chucked some random Lithuanian dude into our front seat.
So we picked him up right on the border of Belarus. So
we're talking
we almost
within
went into Belarus. That's the only reason we had to quickly turn around and then we saw him on the way back.
we were
Yeah.
within a kilometer of the border.
So my guess was he was someone who's fleeing Russia and he fled through Belarus and he's like, oh, I'm Lithuanian, pick me up.
But no, he was
it's
actually a
just-
security.
Yeah, his story was pretty legit.
He had a
Yeah, I'd
business
have a
card.
pretty good story too. If I was fleeing Russia.
So yeah, he had a business card for
His
his
story
security
was
company.
legit.
Yeah.
He
So he
spoke
was-
zero English. There was no actual communication with that man for the entire hour we had him.
I understood what
We
he
did a
was
little
saying.
bit. We figured out that he either was a tattoo artist, worked with videos, or he captured things.
Yeah.
Later, he gave us a card which said security on it. We're like, oh, you install security systems. And his car had broken down and he needed to get to the mechanic.
Yep.
He was
the
also
story
a
behind it.
fisherman
Yeah, and he showed all these pictures of fish and his son catching a fish.
And
all sorts.
dogs.
and he had
And had some dogs.
many-
And then he started right after he talked about the dogs. He's like,
Yeah, he did.
and we were like,
must be hunting dogs.
yeah.
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 That was interesting. But no, we dropped him off. We got a photo with him. Old hitchhiker man. That's what I call him.
yeah, we have no idea what his name was.
Hitch.
We even tried to do like
No, we did get his name. And if we go through the footage, we could find it. It was
Yeah.
like Delanus or something like
Polanus.
that. Yeah,
Polani.
Polani.
Yeah, we couldn't tell if it was a PRD. That's the only thing I
Dinara.
remember. But we tried everything. We tried to use like, hey, type on our phone with the translator, and he just wouldn't type.
He had
And-
very large fingers. I
Yeah,
don't think he was
He
good
was
with-
also like our parents' age, so it was like
And we'd even be like, well, you know, they have the conversational one on Google Translate where you can like you say your part, then they say their part. He never would say his part until it was over, and then he would say something. And so many times, I even like translated like, "Hey, speak right after I do" when it does it, and he never did it.
the issue
No.
we did. We
There's
we
a lot
just
of
needed to ask
issues.
him yes or no questions, and we never did. So
We asked him if he was going to kill us.
Well, I told him that someone had eaten some albatross soup and he didn't really know what to ask.
albatross soup. Anyway. But no, what an adventure we've had. First day of TwitchCon. This is going to be our last podcast together for a while.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, that is
a
it is
few
sobering,
moons.
Yeah.
bittersweet.
our like I said, I'm sad it's not a big one, but Paul has work tomorrow. We also have to go out to an event, a catch up. And you've got to fly. You get to fly home early. You excited?
Probably like 12 hours from now.
Yeah, you're ready to go home.
I'm ready.
I think we're all ready to go home.
Yeah, yeah.
It's-
Being ready.
We're all looking very tanned.
I am so tan. Like, I don't know,
Yeah.
can they see that? Look at that. Look at the difference. Yeah, check that out.
Yeah, he's showing the difference of the tan line on his bicep, and I'll describe it to you: a top milky white, heading down to a nice caramel.
Kind of looks like a cappuccino.
It does. That's how I would describe your arm right now. Is,
Thank you.
Yeah.
cappuccino.
White creamy foam followed by tan dark coffee
Can we just say caramel?
flavoring.
Caramel.
Yeah.
White and brown.
Yeah.
I don't know how long we've been going, but
56 minutes.
And the first couple minutes need to be edited out.
it doesn't matter if there's a slightly shorter podcast.
Yeah, it's the last
I don't
one.
think we should just be talking for the sake of just talking.
No, because the last time we did 4.5 hours of absolute drunk nonsense that we had to cut down to an hour. So this is nice.
Yeah. But the following podcast from this podcast is going to be We've got Glorious E next.
Everybody's been begging for that one.
Yeah.
They'll be home
that
for
was
it.
that was a great podcast with him.
Yeah.
He's such a likable guy.
He's-
Also, I wouldn't go back to Denmark.
You would?
Nah.
I would. I definitely would. I liked it.
I liked Denmark.
Yeah.
No, I actually.
It was expensive,
I changed
but I would
my
go
answer.
back.
I would not go back to Belgium. So I'd go back to Belgium and not Denmark
Hmm.
because I feel like Denmark didn't really have a lot going on.
Hmm.
Like I could live there. Lovely city.
No, I just don't think we went to the things that were going on.
I think
I
I could
went
move
to
into
everything that there
Christiana
was
for
to
like
do.
6 months.
Oh,
I don't
that's a
think
long
you.
time.
I don't think you'd get out after 6 months, dude. If you're in
I'd go
you're
there
in.
with just a backpack with like a couple of changes of clothes, and that's all I'd need.
Yeah, I think if Dekie went there, he'd run the place.
It's going to be another survival challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going just your pants.
Yep.
Yep. You wouldn't need a shirt.
Show up naked to Christiana and see how long we can make it
Yeah.
for the rest of our lives.
Yep.
Just take some good knee pads.
Good knee pads.
Yeah, for all the gardening you need to do out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
They're a self-sufficient commune.
Yeah, so got Glorious E up next, and then after that we will have our Louise Baxter.
Yeah. Zaha Foundation.
Which should line up close to. We might have a week or two gap because it will line up to when we start raising money in charity for Starlight Children's Foundation Australia.
yeah.
Some big events coming, guys.
Yeah.
And don't forget, Tarkov drop is this Thursday. Or what is it? Wipe.
it's called
Sorry,
a
it's a wipe. So, guys, don't forget to check out the BPBs where we're going to do another 30 minutes of this podcast. A bunch of interesting behind the scenes facts of our trips, some kind of the ins and outs of what we did. And make sure to follow all of our socials.
Stradecki.
I'm at Aventura, Australia.
Michael Risky.
Stradecki Twitch on Twitter, or Stradecki on Threads, because I'm a total thread head now, or Stradecki on Instagram.
We have
you can
link-
also go follow my...
We have link trees. So if you go to the Before Death link tree, you'll find all of our socials.
My name's Pestily, and this is the Before Death podcast.
Thank you.
Before Death.